Hello and welcome to another video. Today I am going to be covering the 3 technical SEO tips for your website. And here's the problem when you hear this title of technical. This does refer to some back-end types of things in your web presence. I'm going to break these down and make them super simple for you and give you a lot of vocabulary in order to help empower you and take ownership of these sorts of things. So I'm going to be covering 3 topics today. First one, we're going to be talking about speeding up your pages because that's a huge signal to Google. Second is getting rid of duplicates on your website or your web presence. And then the third one is going to be optimizing visual content. For those of you who are new to my channel, hi, I am Tom Batman Ziegelbauer, and I help businesses and entrepreneurs scale their businesses through the use of technology. So before we get into the topics, let me give you a quick stat. The fact is that slow loading websites are costing business owners $2.6 billion in lost sales every single year. Through these use of these technical SEO tips that I'm going to give you today, it's going to help eliminate some of those lost sales. So let's get after it. Let's talk about the first topic, which is speeding up your pages. There's lots of things that can be slowing down your pages, and that can come in the areas of, say, your web host. So if you're with a particular web host like Bluehost or something like that, you may want to look into something called TTL, which is time to live. So there's lots of tools that are out there that when you are doing a speed test on your website, it'll tell you that TTL, how long it takes for the actual host to respond and start delivering content to the browser, whether it be on your phone or on your desktop. So maybe consider switching hosts if you're having the bottleneck there. The second thing is a lot of people will use something called the CDN, or Content Delivery Network. One of the top ones that are out there is called Cloudflare. There's actually some free versions of that you can implement on your website, and then some paid versions that actually, if you're using a WordPress platform, and you can tie that directly into Cloudflare. They have a plugin now that they've come out with that will optimize your website for the best deliverability. Content Delivery Network basically allows you to have as close to wherever they're are trying to receive the data from your website. So if they're in San Francisco, they're going to try to deliver it from San Francisco versus, say, New York, where maybe your web host is. Third thing that could be possibly slowing down your website are the amount of plugins and scripts that are installed on your website. A lot of times, if these are third-party scripts, maybe it's Opt-in Monster, maybe it's a Google script. And then the last one is images, and we're going to talk about that at the end as our third topic. So let's talk about topic number 2, and that's getting rid of duplicates. So first recommendation is stop stealing content from other sites. Not only is stealing bad, it's hurting your website. So if somebody else has posted something else out there, same content, and you're ripping that off and you're putting it on your website, it's killing your domain authority because they're getting the domain authority. Actually, you're helping prop them up versus yourself. So whenever possible, don't do that. Second one, avoid syndication of content. Same sort of thing where you're syndicating content just to bulk up your site. It's not helping you at all. And then watch out for internal duplicates. So sometimes you'll create a page, maybe it's your about page or something else, and have one version of it, and then you have another version of it, and you haven't taken down the first version. Google will ding you for duplicate content on your particular site. And then topic number 3, and this is a pretty exciting one for me, optimizing for visual content. So this is one of the things in order to how to speed up your website, but also there's some other things to consider as well. So first thing to consider inside of optimizing visual content is image compression. So there's lots of different tools out there that are free, especially again if you're using a WordPress as your platform, that you can install on your website. It will automatically optimize and crunch down those image files as small as possible. The second thing that you should be doing is taking advantage of each one of those images and using as an anchor on your pages to help not only the search engines as they are coming through by adding something called an alt tag. So an alt tag is just a tag that gets added onto the image to describe what it is. The third reason why you want to optimize your visual content is, especially if you're an ADA type of compliant websites that are out there. For instance, I know this is a huge thing in the hotel industry. As an example, I had to go through a multi-month process of getting a hotel ADA compliant in the state of California. And if you don't have these tags, these alt tags describing what the visual content is, somebody comes through your website and they have a screen reader versus just having a desktop or a laptop or a phone to be able to see through that content, you are not going to pass ADA compliance, and there's several tens of $1,000s of fines that you can be responsible for if your sites are not ADA compliant. In conclusion, we went over 3 main topics today. 1, speeding up your pages. I gave you a couple of tips and tools in order to be able to do that. 2nd is getting rid of duplicates on your website. So again, stop stealing content. Please don't do that. Just bad practice. And then optimizing for visual content across your site. So hopefully you got something out of this video here today. If you did, definitely leave me a comment, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that alert button for me. I definitely would appreciate that. And remember, people don't care about how much you know until they know how much you care. I appreciate you watching, and I will see you next time. Have a great day.